Good morning everyone, it's Bizz Phillips here. As you can probably tell, we're not actually at Birmingham. We're in my humble little garage where the 350Z rests in between each of the BDC events. It's going to be an interesting one thinking about 3 weeks back now, but the main thing I can think of from that event is the walls. Obviously everyone was talking about the walls here, there and everywhere, you know, on the entry, on clips 3, 4 and 5, you know. Those walls took out some of the greats from the weekend, you know, showing that there was absolutely zero margin for error. You know, we're talking about some of the other tracks like Teesside and things like that that we're often seen with. They chucked a few walls in there, but even though we still had a few areas where if there was a little mistake or a little time where the car get wobbly, we could get away with it. But the NEC, that really was learning how to manhandle the car at speed with absolutely zero area to go wrong. So thinking about the practice and stuff like that, we didn't make it down for the Friday practice, but speaking to a couple of the guys in the Red Mist team, you know, I think they were only getting 3 laps maybe in the full day there, so quite glad I didn't rush to get down for that one. But talking about the Saturday, that was a real learning curve for me, making clip 2 and 3, which has a full effect on how good the rest of your lap was. Really took me to the limit of where I was feeling confident in the car, especially driving at that speed up to clip 3 and trying to get on that wall to then make 4, 5 and the rest of the track really pushed me to my limit. But I believe that as the day went on, especially on Sunday morning, a couple of laps just before qualification began, I think we put down a couple of really good quality laps, which made me feel a bit more confident for the actual qualification. Okay, so on to the qualification sort of part of the day. Always the most nerve-wracking for me. You know, it's just you out there on the track. You've got every single person, live stream, the judges, all of the audience, my girlfriend Adele, all the spotters and stuff like that, trying to watch exactly what you're doing, telling you where you've gone wrong, finding flaws in it. But we went out there, I gave it everything I got, laid down that first run. I felt pretty confident in that one. So yeah, try going a little bit harder for the second one. And I think we ended up coming in 24th position, which out of the top 32 and the quality of the driving that we've been seeing all weekend, I was really chuffed with. After qualifying in 24th position, I found out that I was up against the fellow gentleman of drift, Martin Richards, which actually I was really kind of happy to find out about. I've drifted with Martin before, just in practice, and obviously he was the semi-pro champion back in 2009, the year before I was. So I was really keen to get back out there with him. So it turned out with Martin, obviously highest qualifier, he led the first one. I tried my hardest to keep up with him. Might not have been as close as I was hoping to get, but I felt like I did a fairly good job in at least mirroring his line and trying to tuck in wherever I could. Definitely was a little bit of a speed issue, but I think that's definitely down to me learning the car still and learning the tyres and the suspension setup of the car. So on to the next one where I led and Martin chased. Now this was something special. There isn't many cars I can hear over the top of the V8, but when Martin is like tapping you on the door and you can hear the 1J or whatever that's in that R32 screaming down your ear, you know that the guy is close. We obviously had that little tap between 2 and 3 where I got a little bit of a shunt up the back end and Martin just helped me into clip 3, which was one I was always worried about all day. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, we went round the rest of the track and again he was tucked right up on the inside of us, and just on that very end clip I started to over centre and I spun out, and Martin, congratulations to you, man, for missing me on that one. So but yeah, quality battle. And even those 2 laps, I learned so much about the car, the track, and sort of how to position myself and what to do in those situations. So yeah, excellent one. So yeah, following the final battle with Martin, obviously I didn't progress through. I felt that, again, my standard of a driver is increasing all the time. I've still got a lot to learn before I'm proper rubbing shoulders with the big boys, but the car is now really settling in. The last time I went out in the car, John from Emerald, he tweaked the ECM and stuff like that, so I've got a little bit more response now and stuff like that in the car. So feeling more confident, really looking forward to Driftland, attacking the walls and stuff, getting more confident in what I can do with the car, throwing it into the walls, positioning myself, and I really hope that I'll qualify and we actually get to do some more battling again with the next guys. So thank you very much to all of the sponsors that have helped me so far. Obviously we've got Tarmac Sportz, the main guys that are taking me through. We've got Emerald ECM, we've got Bram Racing do the alignment. We've also got Dave that helps me out with all my tyres. You know, without you, my man, you know, we would be completely stuck. So again, thank you to everyone that's helped me all along the way, and look forward to seeing you at round 4.